Phones on silent?
Phones on silent.
This week on Two More Idiots. We have to apologise about talking about dead dogs last week. We upset a few people, I think.
Nah, we didn't. I did give my brother the heads up. I was talking about our dead dog, by the way, and he was like, oh, yeah, that's fine.
Poor fella.
I wanted to go back on what we were talking about last week as well.
Ooh. Callbacks.
Callback. You love a callback. Like the whole TV aspect of it. About the whole recycling thing. I went in and tried.
We broke a story there. We did.
Oh, we did.
We broke a story that was already broken on TikTok, but nonetheless, we broke a story right there.
So one of our friends did it as well, actually. He
did?
He did Damian Shrinan. Shout out, Damo.
If he'd just listened to us, he would have only had to figure out that he only had to print out the barcode and not an entire label.
The amount of ink he wasted. He printed out the whole Tenora label, basically tore off the older version, put on the newer version. Pritt stick.
Like an actual Pritt stick.
I'll be honest, I'd say he spent about
branded Pritt stick.
There was half an hour of make and do before
he got 15 cents.
Which he did not accept, by the way. He didn't accept the cash back on it.
Well, from what we saw in the video, we don't know about his lucrative deal afterwards.
He crumpled the paper. You didn't see him
he
throw
didn't
it
rip
away.
it up. He didn't throw it away. He crumpled it up. Back into the shop there.
I know,
flattening it out on the counter.
No, he probably went home and steamed it and wasted another half an hour for that 15 cent. Half an hour on making
His wife comes into the bathroom. He's just got a line across with one thing hanging off it. And
all of 15 cents. About 415 cents. By the end of the week, will be €2 in airs. So yeah, our friend of ours, Damian Shrinan Entertainment.
Free advertising.
Oh, I tell you, he didn't even pay for that ad. So he printed out label, did it, and it worked. He got his 15 cents from doing a photocopy.
You just need the barcodes.
And also, by the way, he did colour ink as well.
I know, yeah.
Just grayscale, man.
Grayscale. You just need the barcode.
Dude, that's all you need.
Well, I saw another video of a fella fishing.
Fishing.
So he tied a cord or a piece of thread onto the bottle.
Fishing line, maybe?
No, just a piece of thread.
Oh, it's all right.
And left it go in. And then just as it's about to fall over the end, he whips it back out. He did it again and again and again.
So you can just fish the line.
They haven't thought it out.
See, that's better than the printing out the label one.
Yeah. But like, the thing is, like, you can do the printing thing at home and it looks fine because you're going in their Ocean's 11 style. The fishing one is like, there's no effort at all. You're standing there literally at the thing and everyone's looking at you kind of going,
Are you actually just stealing money right now? Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So I did it anyway. Got my bottles, went into Aldi. I've actually done it twice. First time went in and gave them the label. Wouldn't scan. I was like, she goes, yeah, half of them don't scan. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, half of them don't scan. So she has to type in the whole barcode number for the 15 cents.
Oh my God.
That she did. So I was like, oh my God, it's a pain. And she goes, yeah, it can be. Then went in there yesterday, I think I had about €2 bottles of a receipt. I needed to get my free protein shake coming out of it. And didn't scan.
All of them?
I just had one.
All right.
But I said to him, I was here last night and didn't scan. He goes, I know. He goes, it's 50-50. He goes, to be honest, it's a disaster.
That's just because of all the fellas breaking it with their barcodes being printed off.
But I said to him, what if somebody comes up and they can come up with 10 different vouchers, can they, if they get individual bottles? He said, yeah. I said, what do you do then? He didn't even scan the thing. He just gave me the money out of the till. And as opposed to scanning, I was like, as opposed to money coming off the receipt, he just gave me the money back.
Well, they have to as well. I mean, technically, it's their money.
It is, but what a pain in the
it is,
arse.
yes. I know in the long run we'll all have figured it out. It'll all settle down.
It will. But I feel that they never really, it's typical Irish thing.
Yeah, it has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere, I suppose. But I suppose if you start digging deep, you'll find that someone along the chain is involved with someone else's cousin. The same as they have with all these other things, like,
airports, voting machines, all these kind of things.
Cycle paths, crowd barriers.
Crowd barriers. I never even knew about.
There was was a protest against one person, and then they used the person's own other company to get the crowd barriers off them. The person who was being protested against. I'm not going to name them.
Okay,
at
love
all.
it though.
Um,
But anyway, I tried it. It will eventually. I do think it'll work out. But I did recently pay. I sent you on. I
saw.
stuck it up on our
you got
stories on
stung
Instagram.
worse because I had the two prophecies that I said last week would come true. I got charged for a bottle that wasn't
Yeah.
the barcode in my local store, and I was like, I can't bring it up. Not my direct local store, a store
Close enough.
close enough. And I didn't say it because I couldn't be standing there arguing with a poor customer, poor person behind the counter who didn't put that.
I'm literally
policy in place.
making 12 euro an hour. Please leave me alone, sir.
For 15 cents, sir. I'm not going to do this.
I demand your supervisor.
I know. I just wasn't going to go off on it. But you know what? My custom won't be going there as often anymore for a while. I think I'll punish them with my wallet.
Okay.
So I won't buy
As
anything out of
opposed to firebombing the place.
Yeah. I'm going to try to avoid that level of, again. I don't want to have to go through the court cases again, and the therapy. But and then again went into a Centra in Blarney.
Centra got an awful doing last
They
week.
did. They're getting it this time as well. There's a Centra in Blarney where they have the petrol station near the Tung Sing.
Okay,
area.
yeah.
And I went in there and they had the Pepsi bottle. It
Old or
was
new?
the new one.
New one.
And they were charging $2.55 for the bottle itself, and then you had to pay 25 cents on that because it's over 500 mils.
Okay.
So it's 750 mils, I think, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
50% free. So I was like, Jesus, that's $2.55 plus another 25 or whatever it is. So it's up to 280
Yeah.
with the thing. And on a shelf, only just behind it, was a 1.25 litre bottle for €2.30. So I even said, remember last week we were talking about like going around with the 2 litre
litre
bottle,
bottle.
driving the car. I pulled up next to traffic, literally drinking this huge bottle of Pepsi.
You did
and
it.
some guy looking out the window. Prophecy fulfilled.
There you go. Would
And
do it.
you sent it to me then. I saw your picture.
Apple Green and Ballincollig. $2.95.
Is that with the 25 cent?
Yes.
Jesus.
I said to the guy, I goes, what's going on with the price here? And he was like, oh, with the recycling thing. And I said, yeah, but I said, but this is way more than that. I go, oh, we put up the price too. It's like by about 40 cents. And he was like, yeah,
It'd been cheaper to buy the 2 litre bottle.
because it's now not 50%.
It's just the big bottle.
It's the big bottle. I think Pepsi have pulled one here.
Pepsi.
We're calling them out.
You know what? I always get
I don't do any corporate work for them, so I can do that yet.
the Maxall station in Texaco station. It is a Mace. It's a Mace in Blackpool. $2.15 still.
$2.15.
$2.15.
Go up and fill your. This will go out. So my car
But
is
strange-
currently full of
strange-
Pepsi Max bottles.
Strange enough, I've never found them to be gouging. You know, they open on Christmas Day. If you were stuck and you needed to go down and you needed to get soup, whatever it is, Christmas Day they're open and they're not gouging you like. So yeah,
Batteries are €700.
yeah, that's where they
like
catch you. They catch you on the batteries.
Christmas Day. No, but yeah,
What the hell's
$2.95.
a
So,
D battery?
do you know what I bought instead? I bought very expensive Ballygown water, flavored water
Is
instead.
Ballygown not owned by Coca-Cola as well?
Well, it's Coca-Cola, not Pepsi.
Yeah.
They are. One of them are River Rock. The River Rock's Coca-Cola.
Riverbrook, yeah.
But yeah, I got that instead. So I think I'm falling off the Pepsi Max wagon.
Speaking of Pepsi, I was going to start talking to you this week about fast food, and one of the things that was going to be was because when you go into a shop and or a restaurant and you go, I'll have a Coke, and they go, is a Pepsi all right?
years ago, I would have said no. I usually throw out the is Monopoly money okay? Yeah, but now I've come to the fact where it all tastes the same. Well, it doesn't. I can tell the difference.
Yeah, Pepsi's better.
It is better. It's more caramel.
It's more, yeah,
The caramel flavor.
it's more like a cola bottle than it is a.
But yeah, go back. I would say yes, that's fine.
But someone told me a fact a few weeks ago, and that it is that when Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut were all bought by Pepsi in the 90s because they couldn't get their product into restaurants. So instead of the restaurants coming to them, they went to the restaurants and bought them up
So that's why you can only get a Pepsi
in KFC or
and
Pizza
any of those
Hut
places.
or Taco Bell. I think they have other places since then as well. But it blew my mind. I was like, what? It's very clever. It's very corporate.
Very corporate.
It's very corporate. And I think there's a lot of corporations getting into trouble at the moment. But it's starting to make me think.
But don't. I'll come back to it. Go on. Yeah.
No, it's just starting to make me think about all the places that I used to eat before. And I don't know why, but I was like, Burgerland. Remember Burgerland?
I remember Mandy's.
Oh yeah,
Mandy's.
It's
I'm confused for the people in the Cork. Which one is the one in Dawn Square?
Dawn Square.
Is
was
that blue or
Mandy's.
green?
That's the green one now, isn't it? It was blue. It was green before, and it's blue now.
But what do people call it?
The green McDonald's, isn't it? Or the blue McDonald's? Depends, I suppose, when you remember what
People
colour it
are
was.
screaming at.
I know. Yeah. Green.
It was green.
Green.
But yeah, I remember Mandy's. I remember Burgerland. Burgerland. They used to have all these little. Whatever happened to them? They used to be. How many used to be in Cork?
There was two.
Two?
Anyway. Yeah, there was
Just
one
one-
on Patrick
Patrick
Street where
Street.
Monsoon
Yes.
is or was now. It's Eason's now. Eason now.
Easton.
That supposedly was the most expensive retail unit in the city
Where Easton moved to.
where Easton moved to. I think it's due to its proximity to everything. It's the center of town almost like.
Probably the only not boarded up a shop on Patrick Street right
Patrick
now.
Street's after getting much better.
Is it?
Yeah, like you remember Quills? That's after being filled. You got a new place gone in there. The only places that are kind of empty at the moment are in that end of the city, down by the Savoy and Debenhams or / Rocha Stores, whatever you remember it as. So that area of the city still needs a bit of a resurgence, but things are filling in. Quills has got people into
But
it now.
the other Burgerland was up on Washington Street.
That was the one where all the drunk people went at night time.
Ah, yes.
It was a bit crazy. Now that's a pharmacy. So
Or it's not.
it's a pharmacy.
medical center.
It's a medical center / pharmacy thing, I think, or it's a medical center. So whatever disease you got from eating Burgerland, diabetes or obesity, they're now treating it in the same location.
But yeah, whatever happened to them? Surely there was a call for burger places.
I always believed that Burgerland could make a resurgence,
Well,
a nostalgic resurgence.
there's a million burger places in Cork. Well, everybody does a burger these days.
Burger.
A burger.
Is this a burger I see before me?
Was it a Burger King ad? Was it?
That was Big Al's, my man.
Was it?
That was a Big Al's.
Is this a burger I see before me?
It was in a New York diner, and
Oh yeah.
the guy said, I want to order a burger, and it's like, waitress is like, doing a monologue as if she's trying to be an actress, and then your man, the chef, comes out. Is this a burger I see before me?
Yes. He didn't sound like Count Dracula though.
From County Mayo.
But Burger King moved into that area. What else we got? McDonald's. But everybody's like said, where was your go-to burger place now?
It was Burgerland back in the day. We used to love going to Burger. You used to get glasses, proper glass. Remember when you used to get proper stuff in a meal for kids or whatever it is? You used to get a glass. Supermax did a glass at Christmas this year. A Christmas Supermax glass. And I've never wanted something so bad in my life.
This is going back to the mugs and the Easter eggs again.
But it came with the kids' meal. And I was like, I gotta go to the kids' meal to get it.
I'll have 4 kids' meals, please. 4, thanks.
But those are the things that stay in your press for years. We have a Bosco cup inside in our house. We were talking about like the mugs
That's
that you
what
get
I'm saying
last week.
about the Easter eggs.
Yeah,
It's the same thing. I think people are bringing back that whole glasses and a bit of nostalgia
And
with
good for it. I mean, if you go to my parents' place, you open the press, there is more glasses inside than that would be needed for an entire ICA meeting. But they have it there nonetheless, and all of them have like the Murphy's Irish Open on the side of a pint glass.
Yeah.
It's the most. I would love for people to just go into their presses right now.
Send us pictures.
Send us a picture of the most random glass. A milk bottle from the 1988 centenary of Cork. Remember those ones?
They're worth a fortune.
They're worth nothing.
They're worth
They're
money.
worth nothing. I have 4 of them at home. They're worth
ya?
nothing.
Give me one.
Full. They've still got the milk in them.
Got 1980s milk. It's probably still in date.
Like everyone's got like these nostalgic weird things in their house. Like, it could be the Centra coins that they gave away for the 1994 World Cup. It could be
I've got them.
the full set.
Italian 90 Mars Bar badge collection.
The M&M's one from 1998. Remember the M&M's were sponsoring it?
We've got the full 1990s, and that's the full pin Italian 90 Mars. It cost, I swear to God,
Cost a fortune.
I used to be going along the road picking up random Snicker wrappers. This is how badly I wanted these badges.
You didn't need recycling back in the day. You just had to put a badge on the
That's
for
it.
the wrappers.
Hand
and
back the wrappers, and you go into the or I can't remember what you do. I think you used to just post them off.
Yeah.
Post them off, and they'd send you back a badge.
But I see that was the not incentive for you to go and get the stuff. Then like
Maybe we shouldn't be recycling bottles. We should be just giving it to kids. Kids, go out and start picking up bottles.
there we go. We've solved it. We've solved it.
There we go.
But when we used to go to Amsterdam as well for Queen's Day, they have all these outside bars and they used to give you the reusable cups and you paid €1 for them.
Yeah.
And all the kids would be running around going, "You finished that, sir? You finished that, sir?" And you'd be like, yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
give it to them. And you'd see them then, they'd have a stack of 500 and they're going along with a cart and they're going, what the? The man's making more money today than I will in the next month. But
Sorry,
it's still coughed into this one, like so.
I know, just to keep it away. By the way, I'm a bit sick. I got a head cold. You might hear it at the moment, so you might hear I'm coughing.
Yeah. But it started making me think about all these fast food places. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to start looking up fast food joints, especially in America. Because I remember when we went to America a couple of years ago, myself and Jill were like, we got to try them all. We got to try and find a Jack in the Box.
In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger.
Wendy's.
A Wendy's. And we did.
An IHOP.
I didn't do an IHOP.
Never do an IHOP.
Didn't do it. Couldn't find one.
Oh, IHOP breakfast.
And I was trying to find an Olive Garden and a Rockin' Robbins, is it? Or a Robbins.
Baskin Robbins?
No, not Baskin Robbins is another place. Red Robin.
Red Robin. Oh.
Red Robin. But I remember going to a Wendy's. It was all right. But,
I think we had a problem with a Wendy's where they had cream and it was actually like butter or something like that. I remember one of the lads went to put butter onto his toast or something like that. And it ended up being just creamer or something like that. I have no idea. It was awful. Things are backwards. Muffins are scones. And I don't know. It's just all over the place. I have no idea.
I don't understand what's going on. You're crying inside in the corner. And they're like, "What do you want to order, sir?" And you're like,
don't know. That's why I always just eat a bacon cheese something or other.
Yes, and barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
When I Googled Wendy's the other day, because I was like, I remember, what did I get inside? And I Googled it. And the first story that popped up at the top of the page was Wendy's have now decided to get rid of what they brought in a few months ago, a thing called surge pricing, which is an adjustable menu, right?
Search. What do you mean adjustable menu?
So if you go in at 1 o'clock and it's peak time, it's the most expensive time to buy.
Oh.
It's like a stock
I
exchange.
was just about to say, it's like the stock. It's like
So
buy low.
If you go in at 10 o'clock and you're poor, like you'll get more value for your money. But they've got rid of it because people were like, I think I'll just go to the other
Place
place next door that's got burgers that are the same price all the time. Because it's not like they lowered the price of the burgers in the morning. The burgers in the morning were the price that they were always were. It's just the burgers at lunchtime were more expensive. That's cheeky.
So they're making more money. Right. I thought they were lowering the price so it was $1 cheaper at 10 a.m.
The EU wouldn't stand for it. I'll tell you that. The EU wouldn't stand for it.
Tell you, Britain will be bringing in surge charging now.
The British wouldn't stand for it either. You know they
look,
wouldn't.
I could see why they do it because it gets too busy. You can't do it. Like, I feel you should pay a little extra if you want to get there at 1 o'clock where it's very busy, but it should be cheaper. It should be that dollar where you're making that extra dollar at 1 o'clock.
Your price is your price. Charging more because of the time.
But
they know that everyone's over a barrel. Everyone has lunch between 1 and 2.
But do they not do that at night times in bars?
Yeah, that's to cover the fact that you're paying for a late license. It's different. It's not like your costs are different at 1 o'clock in a restaurant as they are at 12 o'clock in the day.
Same. I don't know.
Or to cover staff, is it? Oh, we have more staff on. Oh, because you're busier?
You see, but they're putting up the prices of everything.
Yes, but there's more people buying, so they're still
I suppose people can go home at 12:30, I suppose.
They could. Use your wallet.
I suppose they're paying our wages there.
Look at Kellogg's.
What's wrong with Kellogg's?
So I feel like I'm kind of giving you all the news of what's happening in
I
the
have
world.
no idea. I've literally been in a bubble.
Because Wendy's had
Do
done
my
us-
recycling all
So
week.
we were saying about the CEOs of all the world have gone a bit far and they probably need to be checked a little bit.
What do you mean, CEOs? Boy,
I don't know. But the CEOs of all these big, huge multinational companies, it's like the same, everyone says it. This conspiracy theorists were probably right. The same 10 people or the same 10 companies own everything.
they're all coming out of the same factory.
They're all coming out of the same factory. But it turned out the CEO of the Kellogg's company in America turned around and he was like, what, if you're struggling to put food on the table, why not just get cornflakes or frosted flakes instead for dinner?
For dinner.
Yeah. And then they were like, "Oh, do you think this will land badly?" You know, when they were interviewing him, and he was like, "No, no, our marketing team is working on it." And then they brought out an ad campaign where it was literally Tony the Tiger kicking into a room of a family eating and says, "Give chicken the night off and have cereal instead. They're great." And a lot of people in America were like, "Jesus, this man thinks he's Marie Antoinette here, and let them eat cereal."
So they don't.
But-
They don't need protein of any sorts. That's fine.
So they've supposedly put up their prices about 28% over the last 2 or 3 years, which for no reason. And then every year
Are
since,
we losing in advertising?
probably, yeah. And then every year since, they've turned around and said, we've got market highest level of profit ever, and we're giving ourselves bonuses. But yet, the only reason it's up is because they've put up the prices. They've 28%. So now there's a boycott starting on the 1st of April, where about 1 million or 2 million people so far have signed up to say they will not buy Kellogg's products, and they know all the list of products
Ooh.
for 3 months. So what they want is the quarterly stock to drop.
Ah.
So they're tanking Kellogg's stock, and they're now buying the alternative home and family based
Aldi
products.
version.
The Aldi version. And
Pa-
Aldi in America
Paco
are
Cops.
literally turned around going,
Or whatever they're called.
"We don't work with Kellogg's at the moment. All of our cereal is not out of the same factory."
Lies.
So yeah, it is interesting though. The world is getting a bit more interesting, I think, when it comes to
Well,
that.
it's amazing how people will stand up against cereal, and then we've got things that are way, way worse, and we're like, sure,
Look,
that's
people's
too much
pockets,
effort.
people's pockets are always the first thing to be noticed, I suppose, on a global scale. But like, there is a lot of shite going on in the world. But you know, those
Look, you,
boycotts.
hey, you cursed.
There's yeah, I said shite. That's not a bad word. But there's there's a lot more going on in the world, but a lot of that stuff is being caused as well by these
Well, everything.
companies and stuff.
As I said, I've had to put up prices of everything everywhere, and people, in fairness, aren't questioning it because they know everything is going up in price. It's gone crazy. Like I said, my shopping has gone from 80 to 110, 100, yeah, about 20, 30 quid extra every week now.
Yeah, it has gone.
People are
up.
probably listening going, 110 for your shopping, you're great. Yeah, I probably do about 2 shops a week.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of top ups. It's all about your choice. It's all about you're willing to make at home and stuff as well. Like 2 days worth of spaghetti bolognese made in one day. You spread it out. I don't know why we're getting into financial advice. I was trying to. There was one
We
question.
do not take financial advice off us. We have to say it. I'm sure we have to.
Yeah,
This is just
this is a warning. Don't
take
financial
advice
off
us
either of us. None, ever.
ever.
Uh,
We're poor.
Going back to the restaurant thing,
Yes.
I know for a fact you will give me this answer, and I'm going to stare right at you, right?
Okay. Right.
See if you can guess it without me even saying. Nothing.
What
What one restaurant is Cork missing?
Wagamamas.
Yes. I even wrote on my columns weird thoughts, and I don't know why it came up in my head, right? Excuse my thumb. I miss Waggas.
I miss Waggas. Yeah, I miss Waggas. I went to actually I had a choice. I went to Liverpool by myself a couple of weeks ago, and I had a choice of Wagamamas or Five Guys. I went to Five Guys.
Ah, you chose poorly.
No, because I'd been in Wagamamas like the week before.
No, you chose poorly. It's Waggas every time. It's
See,
katsu curry.
I know.
And then the same day you were over there, you sent me a video of a guy going around and he's doing that whole thing where they used to write on your placemat. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I got sent that.
You know,
Guy on TikTok where the guys in the Waggas come up and they just write. And you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
he's like, "Is your first time at Waggas?" Remember that when you used to come in the door, they'd ask me, "Is your first time?" And you're like, "No."
Well, I'm probably the reason Waggas is gone because I had like a 50% off card.
You and me both.
So,
And
shout out to
all
the
we-
unnamed manager, but I think I was one of the only people from the public invited to their closing down party.
Remember we used to go in there. It was only ever katsu curry and the old spicy.
Do they have
wings.
one in Dublin still?
They do, but the Cork fella used to say that their katsu curry was slightly different to the other ones.
It was nicer. I did like it. It's similar. It's
Still good.
similar. But yeah, Cork needs a Wagamamas.
We
back.
need a Waggas. If you're out there, we will be your sponsor.
Also, where's the best katsu
will
curry?
Talk you up.
I love a katsu curry.
Your man Mizuyaki, is he?
Yeah.
I think at the bottom of Barrack
Barrack
Street.
Street.
Yeah. I
Right
think
there.
Mitsuyagi or Mr. Miyagi's. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But Mizuyaki, I think.
Yes,
is
Mizuyaki's.
Mizuyaki's. He or they do a very good.
They do a good one
katsu.
there. if anybody else wants to mess with me. So this is what you got to do this week, people. Send pictures of your random cups and glasses that you got, and also tell us where the best katsu curry is in Cork.
Okay.
Or Killarney. I'm willing to travel.
I'm with
Tipperary.
150 kilometers is the max. Stick an old compass and do an old big circle around. I'll do 150 kilometers for a good katsu curry.
Yeah.
I would drive 150 kilometers for a good katsu. That doesn't work at all.
No, it doesn't. What else have we done this week? Not much, really.
No.
Trying to think what else I did. I did have a katsu curry. I was still thinking about you got the homemade packs that we've got. Do you ever see them? You get they give you the breadcrumbs, they give you the sauce.
What are the breadcrumbs called again? Panko crumbs? Is it panko?
Yeah, we really are idiots, aren't we? We've no idea what I think.
I just know it's crumbs.
Panko.
Oh, crumbs.
Panko crumbs, but they're crispier. But yeah, I did it at home and I had the shallow fried chicken and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, look at you, Gordon Ramsay.
I tell you. Yeah, so I started doing that. I did it at home, but it's too much effort. It's way too much effort. But also, what did I see?
But you can feel good about yourself after. I made that.
No, it's too much effort. Then you got to clean up. There's about 400 things to clean up. Get out of it.
I made that.
I will travel to get a good katsu curry.
You know the way I've always these random ideas, and I never follow through them. But I expect other people to do it.
Yes, and then you give out when somebody else doesn't. You go, well, I had that idea, and I'm like, well, Colin, you didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yes,
but remember, I had an idea for like Big Dave's book. And I was like, you should do a book where everything is made in one pot, and they have to take 15 minutes, and you call them expressipes.
Oh, TM.
Isn't it a great name?
Expressipes.
Expressipes. They have to be done in 15 minutes. One pot, 15 minutes.
I want something. I want something that's done in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then I thought of an Expressipe app that tells you what you need to buy in the store. So what you do is you go into the store and you say, "Oh, I'm going to a Morrison's," and it says these are the 5 items you need.
Morrison's.
I know. I'm thinking about him in the UK.
All right.
Or an Asda, or a Sainsbury's, or a Marks and Spencers, or a.
There's nothing wrong with a Super Value, lads.
I'm trying to think of other UK brands. I think I named them all.
Go on.
And you go in there and it says these are the 5 items you need to make your 15-minute recipe. Then.
And just put them all in. Is everything going to be a stew of some sort?
It's going to be a stew.
It's going to be a stew, isn't it?
But even if you can cook everything and then you cook the rice or the pasta in the same pot, or you cook the pasta first and then you.
No, you see, no. You're moving on to 2 pots then.
But like rice, and you can get these like 10-minute things, and you take them out and then you use the same pot to add the stuff into the next one. So you're using the starch as well to thicken the stew.
This is always going to be stew.
It's stew. Expressipes anyway.
Just grab the domain for that now.
Expressipe.com.
Yeah.
Expressipes.
I am a solid convert to the air fryer now. I got turned. Everybody,
You're an air fryer person.
I am an air fryer guy.
You're the guy now that everyone's like, oh, avoid. He's going to tell me about his air fryer. And you didn't make the panko thickening?
I'd be looking it up to see if I can do it. Like, obviously, to make the panko breadcrumbs crispy and golden brown, you have to kind of deep-fat fry it. You got to shallow fry it.
Yeah.
But now it's all about banging in turkey sausages and then turkey pudding, which I don't know what they're made of. Everything is turkey based.
I'm assuming turkey.
Are they the same thing, but they're just differently shaped?
I think
like
turkey sausages, turkey rashers, and turkey puddings.
I'm like, what are they? And you literally just put them into a shape, like a McDonald's nugget of some sort.
Yeah, beaks and all.
They don't. They put the beaks and claws into
Got
the
the most
nuggets.
protein.
What?
I don't know.
Once again, do not take health advice from us or
Turkey beaks have the most protein.
Yeah, people used to say that for a while, but it's actually literally just chicken.
No one
meat
said
made
that.
from
No one
nuggets.
ever said that.
Oh, listen, there was a thing for a while. They were like, oh, the giblets, everything goes into it. Everything goes into a nugget. The feathers, whole shebang.
Feathers, they've got very high salt, but they are very good for your saturated fats.
I'm never a nugget fan, but you know what? My missus would say,
Turkey nuggets. I haven't.
No, they haven't got turkey nuggets.
What's going on there? I'd eat turkey nuggets.
I would.
You're missing a trick. Everyone's gonna be like, "There's turkey nuggets everywhere."
You get them, yeah. Google it. Google turkey nuggets. I gotta look at it. I gotta find out if there's such thing as turkey nuggets.
That's just to make them.
There's
Where
a
can you buy 'em?
recipe. There's a recipe. Fried turkey nuggets recipe. It's
There
all
has
recipes.
to be. Bird's eye. No, don't
No.
have them.
No.
I know you haven't gone buy. Put the word
A
buy.
buy. Oh my lord. Turkey nuggets.
Probably haven't in Sainsbury's.
Buy. Amazon. Turkey nuggets.
You gotta go to Amazon to buy them.
Iceland.
There we go.
Bernard Matthews.
Iceland are gone to Ireland though.
Yeah, so they're gone. So we
I'll,
can't. Tesco. Frozen chicken and turkey. Chicken and turkey?
mixed together.
Are they allowed in the same bag?
Is it one as a chicken one and one as a turkey one, or is it chicken and
don't
turkey
know.
in the same nugget?
I think it's just showing me everything together. Tesco breaded chicken nuggets. It's all Bernard Matthews turkey quarter pounders, so it's Bernard Matthews one.
I always thought Bernard Matthews was a stand-up comedian.
And the Diggers chicken, I kind of got off them. I don't know why. Well, I do know why.
How do we get?
Diggers chicken. Do you ever see them?
No.
Diggers chicken. They've got the Diggers, but it's all Chinese chickens.
Right.
It's all made in China, packed in the UK or packed in the EU.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, should I be buying?
Chinese chicken.
No, yeah,
Why?
chicken in China,
Yeah,
the Chinese chicken. That you were like, why is this Chinese chicken seem familiar?
That's not the worst.
But like, is
line
it
to use Chinese chicken in a song? You know that, don't you?
what?
You remember LFO?
LMFAO?
No, LFO. Like
LFO.
funky ones.
Yes,
In the 90s.
you could play something.
I'm trying to get the lyrics for. It goes.
Yeah.
But one of the lyrics in it was new kids on the block
Had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick.
You're like, what?
Why?
That's a lyric in a song?
Why do you need to tell us this?
Your man's diary for the day.
That's all he's doing.
It's Column's random thoughts in a song.
That's it. Sourdough doesn't make me kind of congested.
And I get a bloaty belly if I eat too much turkey beaks.
Turkey beaks. No, but turkey nuggets anyway. Yeah, but the air fryer's taken over my
Oh,
life.
air
now.
fryers. That's where we were.
That's where I was.
Yeah,
And bringing it back, it was because you're gone off a random tangent of LFO lyrics of Chinese.
And we're back.
And welcome back. But yeah, the air fryer has been a game changer for me. The only is cleaning is the issue. You got people out there, weirdos. I'm sorry, you're a weirdo. If you clean your air fryer after every use, there's something wrong with you. Do you clear? You don't, do you?
Yes, I do.
Every use.
Every use.
I wait till it gets to a point where I go, right, I have to get out the baking soda and the scrub daddy.
You're the one. I'm not too sure if the part that broke off is the nugget itself of carbon or if it's actually just carbon.
Yeah, no, I give it a while. No. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, here's the 3 things you got to do this week first, guys. You got to find the cup or glass in your press. You got to
Yes.
tell us the best katsu curry, and you got to tell us if you would wash your
Air fryer after one use.
Not the entire thing, just the tray thing.
Just no, the tray. Yeah, well, you're obviously not going to clean the whole inside or taking out the heating elements. Screwdrivers out.
Got to college for this.
What are you doing?
I got to
I
college.
just made some turkey nuggets. I got to take the heat. No. But like the trays. But this fat falls into the whole thing. Have you a single one or a double one?
Single.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, our
I
one,
went all out.
our double. Our one is huge. You could cook a whole chicken, like a big chicken, in the one.
Yeah.
Not
Was
like a.
it?
So
Oh.
like it's this huge circular one, and you could put a whole chicken into
Oh,
it.
you've got that big. Is yours a Ninja? Is it?
No, not
Is that the
an-
one that's a pressure cooker,
No, it's just a big, huge thing, and you can cook a chicken inside.
like an oven?
Well, technically, they're ovens.
Yeah, but they're smaller ones. You want the small parts, the small sections. That's why. That's where you save your money.
And now they're coming out with warnings as well with those things. Or if you use it for too long, it can cause you to get salmonella or
What?
cancer.
Once again, do not take health
But
advice.
no, like your man Martin Lewis, that guy in
Stop.
he's
Listen,
always coming out with.
they're
like,
all saying the same thing, but there's like same with your frying pan. Oh, it's non-stick. If you use a metal, rubs off. Like non-stick coating is cancerous. That coating, if you
Yeah.
scrape it off, everything is. Drink enough milk. It's cancerous.
Do not take nutritional advice from us. Don't take financial advice.
Live it on. Do not.
So,
We want you to listen to us.
if you want to get sick and you want to save money, Eat your cereal from Kellogg's out of a Teflon bowl using a fork to scrape the end of it.
And a side of chicken nuggets.
Beaks included.
Beaks include giblets. But they're
You can't see just giblets and not expect me to laugh.
giblets.
Giblets.
But yeah, that's what I've moved on to. But I'm gonna have to check out to see. I'm gonna go through the ingredients of these turkey rashers, these turkey sausages, and
I'm
these
pretty sure it's gonna be
turkey
turkey.
pudding. Yeah, but what else they're putting in?
They put in
I'm guessing the pudding has some sort of cereal in it to make
Yeah,
it that
yeah.
whole
probably does
pudding flavor.
Yeah.
Or texture.
corn flour.
Right. I'll go with that one.
That's
Now,
what we're
so.
going to now next week. So we've given people 3 or 4 things to think about.
You gave me something to think about there recently enough as well. You mentioned something about a speed thing in
Ooh.
Sweden.
Yeah, I was asking you what do you think of that, and then we got distracted, and it's
can't
been
remember
playing
what-
in your head.
Yeah, no, because I think it was a great idea. Tell the people, Colin.
Tell the people. Okay, out in Sweden, they had a road, and they wanted to try and get the speed down. It was like 30 kilometers an hour was the speed limit, and people were going over it, and they wanted to get it below it. So what they did is they told everyone, this is a cameraed area. So what's going to happen is anyone who passes by the camera and is under the speed limit, we'll take a picture of your license plate.
If you're under.
If you're
speed
under the
limit.
speed limit, we'll take a picture of your license plate and you will be entered into a draw. If you go over the speed limit, you will be fined. And we'll take all the money from the fines and we'll put it into this draw. And that draw, we'll pick one car that was a safe driver and they will win the money that has been collected. And I think it was up to $1 million, whatever it is.
I love that. See, that's that kind of
So
stuff
they said,
I
like,
love.
while we're changing many other people's lives by keeping them safe on the road, we're also changing someone's life who was being cautious and choosing.
As soon as you
make sure-
pass the camera, foot to the floor, off it go.
But I think you could only do it once. So like you, every time when you drove through it and you set yourself the target. So the amount of congestion that people probably trying to get down that road.
Fuck that. Is it worth €1 million going down that road?
Now I don't know if it's true, if it's a real story or not, but or if it was something that was theorized in Sweden, but they were talking about it or they did.
Are you
implement
telling
it.
me stories are lies that you don't know? You've not done your research on.
If Colin, what am I? Have you got your first primary and secondary sources there, Colin? And I need to see them
Yes.
backed up, Harvard referenced as well, please.
That's a good idea. That's not a bad idea.
It's good, but you know what? Like everyone would be trying to queue to get down the road, like driving at 5 miles an hour.
Scooters. Hey, look at me. I'm so safe. Very safe.
A fella with a car on a string, sitting it down and then pulling it back.
Right.
Or Damien Shreenan now putting a barcode, the same license
Same
plate on
plate, that's the
every
same
car.
photocopy.
He just photocopied his license plate and put it on 10,000 cars.
Be fine. Be grand. Still, they won't work it
They're
out.
like, the same car seemed to have passed down that road 9,000 times in the last 8 minutes.
One's a Volkswagen Passat, one's a Fiat 500. What? David now pretending to wash window washers and then putting on the register plate.
Our municipal bus is registered to a house in Mahon.
See, I like these clever things that, like, same with the musical roads. You have to go at a certain speed.
What's a musical road?
A musical road that's got the bumps on it.
What?
Do you ever hear them?
You just hear my road.
Oh, wow, it's musical. It sounds like my shocks are gone. And I lost a rim.
Music to my ears.
No, but you ever hear the musical
It's
roads?
music to my mechanic's ears.
There you go. You're making a fortune off of you.
New rims, eh?
He out there digging up the roads. Nighttime.
Conspiracy theory.
David Shreenan out digging up
I
roads.
know, yeah.
Starting
Testing
his
them.
mechanics
Yeah.
business. No, but the musical roads are where they've got bumps, and if you drive across the bumps, do you know the speed? Let's say if you're driving on a dual carriageway and you hit the side, it goes
It can rumbles the car.
rumble strips. So basically, they're rumble strips, but there's certain heights and certain distances between them. So when you drive over them, let's say it,
So they're ribbed
correct.
for your pleasure.
Yes. So when you drive over them, I'm going to skip over that very quickly. So when you drive over them at the right speed, it makes a tune. So it goes.
Din, diddle-din, diddle-din. No, you didn't do it.
I know I didn't. I did my head down. I was crying inside. I was crying inside thinking about poor dog. But
Every time we drive down the road.
thinking of the dog. And this is where I hit him in the car.
I told everyone he died from liver failure.
I hit him with the car. but it does like some sort of classical music. But you drive for a kilometer, and it does the whole song for you if you drive at the right
That's
speed.
amazing.
But it's clever. I like that stuff.
I'll be straight onto Google now watching it.
But they're brilliant. I
Well,
love.
what happens if you have to like change speed or like what happens if you're on it and you're going, I can't stop now. There's traffic building up in front and you're like, if I stop now,
Child runs out in front of the car, and you're like, "But I'm halfway through the song."
You're singing Toto in the car, Africa.
I know.
Timmy's
What was
dead.
that? I was listening to the song. Damn it!
And your eyes are closed and you're
No, I love it. You see that?
Get
They're
to the high
clever when it comes to that
Clever
thing,
design.
saying that. Yeah, I
Clever
love that.
design.
I love that. I said,
or clever by design. That's what the Swedish one we by design, and then the road will be of design.
but why don't we have that stuff in Ireland?
I think it's both the same, by the way. I made that up just there.
It sounded clever.
It did. I'm looking back at it now and going,
We go back and listen to it now. We'd be
like,
like,
oh, Jesus.
what? Did Colin have a stroke halfway through? Clever design and the thing.
Clever design and clever by design. The same thing.
I don't. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. You're actually talking gibberish now. Oh,
Just put it down that I had a stroke. or
I know,
something.
yeah. Oop, we'll just put it up. We'll just put it out there. We'll just cancel the whole thing now. We'll just have that.
Technical difficulties.
But we don't have that stuff. We barely, as you said, we barely get proper roads done here in Ireland. And they're making musical roads in European countries. Musical ones. You can't even get potholes fixed.
We got heavy metal roads.
Oh, I've had. I live. I'm a country.
Pretty sure I
living
just
one.
heard Ramstein going back up through Blackpool there. That's my extent of my knowledge of what it probably sounds like.
I was doing do horse.
Oh,
I was
yeah, that'd be
trying
good.
to actually do one, but over it. I'm still dying sick. I'm amazed I haven't coughed more than I have already over this
3
whole
times,
thing.
I think.
Yeah.
Very good.
But my nose needs to be blown. You can hear it.
It does.
Yeah, I've got the whole.
You should blow it into your jumper. Just make it easier for yourself. We're dressed very alike today. We wore the same kind of pants.
I went for the whole pink thing because
and you're lucky. I was thinking about wearing my.
You have an orange one. Yeah.
It would look dodgy. I said I went with the hoodie today.
Good old Duns, huh?
Good old Duns. Anyways, that's the end.
That's the end of that. Listen, thank you for tuning in. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Speaking of people
You
tuning in,
broke my heart.
I
earlier
broke
on.
Colum's heart. Turns out one of my quiz goers out in the Anglers came up to me at the start of the quiz and said, Dwayne Johnson wasn't listening to your podcast in Hawaii. I was.
How do you know?
I know. How do you know? Did Dwayne tell you? Did Dwayne tell you?
What did Dwayne say?
No, she just goes, I was in Hawaii. I was listening to your podcast. It turns out The Rock was not listening to our podcast in Hawaii.
We don't know that.
But we did have a listener in LA. So he could still be
was-
listening.
Killian Murphy. He was out in the Oscars listening to it.
Yeah, somebody else could have been listening. Dwayne could be listening to it in LA or he's in London. He could be listening to it there too.
Send us your pictures
Send us
of
your dodgy and your weird cups that you've saved. I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
I'm going to go through I'm going through. I've got like little shot glasses as well from Family Guy.
I would call them old.
They're 25 years old. at this
They're
point.
old. They're old. Yeah.
I got them in 1999 or 2000 as a present for one Christmas.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
24 years old.
See, I think the year 2000 is like 10 years ago.
It wasn't.
It's 14 years ago, is it? 24 years ago. Oh, no.
It went from bad to
Oh,
worse.
no.
Yeah. That's 14 years
Years
ago.
ago.
Someone in his house screaming at you. No, Bart.
I was born that kills me when all these people doing quizzes are like, oh, was it Crazy in Love?
I know.
Oh, that was number one when I was born. I'm like, go to hell.
I know. They'd be going, I'd be like, we're going to go back to 2004. We're going to play some songs from that. And you got to find the intro or name the artist. And they're like, none of these artists were around when I was born. You're like,
Oh, my God. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's 20 years old.
it's Jason Derulo.
It's Lil Jon, is it? No, Lil Wayne. Lil Uzi. Send us in all your stuff,
Send us
your
picture.
cups.
We want to know about your katsu curry. Where do
Best
you think
one.
is the best one in Cork? It's not
Tipperary,
50-kilometre areas.
Clarity. I'm really
Waterford, but the Waterford drive is a bit difficult. But we'll make
not
the journey.
offensive Waterford, but I don't want to go there.
If we get one, if someone says this one, we will go.
We will go. We will film, or
We'll film it.
we will go there.
We like,
And the last thing, what else do we want people to send us?
oh, They know.
They know, we don't.
Yeah, we don't. We can't remember. We can't remember what we were talking about 30 seconds ago. So
Who?
Usher
what now?
Yeah, that's it.
We leave it at that.
Thanks very much for listening. And
A big shout out again, once again, to the Rock.
And best of luck to Cillian Murphy at the weekend as well. I hope he wins the Oscar.
Is the Oscars this weekend?
It is, yeah.
Right, I gotta watch that. So, right, yo, we'll see y'all then. Bye.
Well, there's another one down. Bye.